Local news now. We're following new development. Man charged with murdering 17-year-old Jordan Davis last November. For the second time, there's been a change in the presiding judge, and the attorney for Dunn is making a new attempt to convince the court to set bond for his client, who is currently being held without bond in the Duval County Jail. Dunn is awaiting trial in the shooting death of the teen at a Southside gas station during what police say was an argument over loud music. Local attorney Gene Nichols is joining us now for Newsroom. Gene, back in May, Judge Suzanne Bass accused herself after the defense accused her of misconduct. She never addressed the accusation directly, saying only it was legally sufficient. Now, Judge Mallory Cooper has accused herself, and she's been replaced by Judge Russell Healey. No explanation has been given. Is this significant, Gene, to the pleadings?
Well, Tom, it is interesting that there has been no answer to Cooper as to why she accused herself. There was no motion filed by the defense. However, Judge Cooper felt it important to take herself off of this case. Judge Rand has now appointed Judge Healey to this case. I expect no change in this case. Judge Healey has been on the bench since, I think, 2002. He has handled multiple cases like this. He will have no problem getting up to speed in a quick period of time. Remember, Judge Cooper has only been on this case for approximately a month, so Judge Healey will have no problem catching up to speed and being prepared for a trial date in September.
Let's look at this new motion for bond as the defense continues to suggest that Dunn believed Davis and the teen had a gun. The motion is based on this 911 call from a witness, a man who reported hearing gunshots and who told the dispatcher he saw a driver and a passenger get out of a red SUV that was carrying Davis and 3 other teens. Here's that call.
One was on his cell phone looking back, and it looked like they were pretty much just, I don't know if they were trying to stash something in the car or look for something or what, but it looked like they got out, kind of brushed themselves off, and then they got back in.
A month later, that same witness was interviewed by an investigator who asked, quote, just so it's clear, the whole time you saw the vehicle, you never saw them throw anything out of the vehicle? Correct, the witness said. And you never saw any weapons of any kind, the investigator then asked. Correct, the witness said again. Gene, in your opinion, would this 911 call be sufficient reason for the judge to grant bond for Dunn?
Tom, we do have to know that the defendant does have the right to go back in front of the new judge, which they will do in front of Judge Healey, and seek a bond once again. This call is not going to have any impact whatsoever. All of the evidence thus far that we have seen in this case is that the vehicle that the boys left in, it was within vision from the gas station the entire time. There's no reason to believe, in what we know now, that there was anything. Judge Healey is most likely not going to grant a bond in this case, and this tape isn't going to change that one way or the other. I fully expect that he will continue along the same lines and not grant Dunn a bond.
Gene Nichols joining us from our newsroom. Thank you very much, Gene. Coming up at 11 o'clock, we spoke to another local attorney who's also been following this case closely. What he says about whether the judge's recusal will push back the trial or somehow slow down the proceedings. And for updates or background information, you can find them on news4jax.com under Top Stories.